Hello and welcome to this new video. This is a follow-up video for my first cutout animation video. In this video I'm going to show you the progression or the progress of my cutout animation add-on in Blender and what I've improved here and which functionality I've added. So first of all, let's start with the object properties. This is, as always, here you see all the sprites you have, all the bones you have in your sprite object with different properties. I have added sprite functionality now. So this, for example, is a sprite sheet with two sprites, and I can change the frame index. Here I can set the tile size, so I can, if it's 1, 1, you see both sprites. And if I'm going to divide this, oops. So that's how it works. The alpha, you can set the transparency of a sprite, and the Z depth, this is for the export later. So here you can set the view to 2D. You can now create an ortho camera, which has a pixel resolution. So it's 1-to-1 to the sprites you import. So if you say 960 by 600 and you render this image, it will have the proper resolution and all sprites are placed perfectly into that resolution. Okay. You can create a new sprite object, import sprites. Now I have added a very big feature, which is a Json export. This will export all the information you have here as a JSON file, and this is something you can use in other engines. I have written a Godot importer for that JSON file, so I can transition all my work I do here to Godot and use it there. Edit armature, as always, you can add the modify the armature here. The edit mesh operator, which lets you edit the mesh. And fill it. So this works too. And the edit weights operator. Now something new is the cutout animation collections. A collection is basically a container for many actions. So let's say I want to animate this character. On the one hand I have the armature, but I have also the sprites here, and they all will have different actions. And this collection is a container for everything. So if I create this collection and animate it, let's say I have a start and end frame of 0 and 60, and I want to animate the head here. So let's say rotation, go a few frames further, and now let's rotate it and say rotation. So I have this animation. Now I can also add a keyframe for the transparency, for example. Let's say at frame 0 it is at 1, and 20 frames further it is at 0. So you see it's animated. What is happening in the background is that it creates actions which are called as the collection name plus the object name. So I have a action new collection armature and an action new collection head. I can rename it here. So let's say this is, for example, the idle animation, and it will rename all the actions here too. Okay, so I will open the character, which also already has a few actions or animations. So I have this idle animation here, or the run animation. And you see that in the idle animation I have this foot, which is on frame index 0, and on the run animation I have the other foot activated. So you can use sprite sheets in the animations. And let's say I want to use this character now in Godot, and therefore I just say export JSON, go to the directory, and let's overwrite this here, or first of all let's delete it. So now you don't have anything here, and let's call it stip.json and export it. So now the export is done. You see you have all the sprites here, and you have this huge JSON file. So this is basically a very long list of all properties and all animations, and this can be used in other engines to import all the files. So I will go to Godot and start open this import CAO window. Set a destination file, let's call it stip.xml. Select a source file, so the JSON file. And now you can see if I click OK, a new XML file will appear here. This is a scene file in Godot, which is called stip. And you see everything is transitioned to Godot. You have all the nodes, all the sprites. You have bone drawing, so you can select them here, move them, and you have this animation player here. So this one contains all the animation, the rest pose, the idle animation, and the run animation. So I can start it and play it back. Now the idle animation. And this node you now can use or instance as a subscene into your game, and create some logic and work with it. So my next step will be to improve this importer here. So let's say you add some new nodes here and you want to re-import it, and I want to write something so you can merge your existing character with the updated, and so you won't lose any added nodes. But this is on the to-do list, and when I've done this, or when I've finished the importer, I will release the script, and hopefully it will be soon. So that's it for this video. If you like it, please feel free to share it, subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next video. Goodbye.